everybody, and welcome. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight facing off against the Clippers out in Los Angeles. Well, for the Clippers, this is going to be a great test of their ability to match up against any.
The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you're enjoying your Friday afternoon. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Adams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, Leonard down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's George in at the small forward position. And the guys up front may determine, Brent, the outcome tonight. What elements make for a fantastic front court?
Well, nowadays it's about skilled front court players, guys who have the ability to not only shoot it, but also dribble handoff, make decisions with the basketball to help open up and spread up your offense for your guards and your quicker players to slash and find those gaps.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Now Gallinari. Paul George missing from long range. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Kept alive. And Adams sends it back.
Well, he can be intimidating. Steven Adams, such a big frame down there, and great timing on that block.
Williams.
6 on the shot clock. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. From deep three-point range.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
And it's Gallinari missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Leonard finds George. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
So good, so experienced, Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Billy Donovan.
Thanks, Kevin. He said when you're going against a team that can dominate like this one inside, you have to really play great help defense, communicate, and double team, but only when it makes sense. It's a little bit of a chess match, but it's a physical one, guys.
Thanks so much, David. And the Clippers have possession. The Thunder making the shot. Leonard looking over the floor. Over Gallinari. Leonard, no luck.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthdays, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.
Two shots.
No good on that one.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
He doesn't get the second one. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being it mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Now, here is Gallinari. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. And Gallinari kicks to Paul. Now the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And that ties it up.
Adams just continuing to grind it out, outstanding staying after that possession, and then he grabs a second chance deuce.
Now here is George over Robertson, and he overshot that one, missing.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover, just couldn't convert the finish.
Ball against George. And here is Paul. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Lou Williams. The Thunder also changing it up. Mike Muscala comes in for Andre Robertson, and Ferguson subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Beverly against Paul. 5 to shoot. Paul missing again. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. From deep, George. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Now, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock. Really, in 2019, an up-and-down year and an almost MVP caliber performance from one Paul George. And there were times when they stood out in the Western Conference as possibly the best team and ended up settling for a 6th seed and an exit in the first round.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. And then for Oklahoma City, Noel's checked in for Adams, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. 1:51 left in the first quarter. And Beverly kicks to Green. Shamet the pass to George. To stop the drought.
Oh. Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gallinari on the wing. From outside, off the mark. And Los Angeles guys shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Shamet finds George. 1:10 left in the first quarter of the game. And that one drops for him. George has got 6.
Now, Paul George in the mid-range area just dominating that possession.
Schroeder against Green. And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Now here's Green. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Beverly, the pass to Green. Fades. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Noel dishes to Schroeder. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, Schroeder finds some deceptive ways to make you foul him, someone who can nail some shots despite getting hit on the way up.
The Thunder have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
One shot.
That one misses for Schroeder.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning-quick point guard.
Here's Shamet. The baseline J off the mark. Lets the three fly. And it's Schroeder missing. Three-pointer. Got the shot! He
Just
caught it!
no better feeling to be able to deliver in a moment like that.
Yeah,
Those stick with you for the rest of your life.
absolutely.
Ringing the bell, that's the way to close a quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Los Angeles on top, up by 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
So the Thunder 5 right now, a perimeter tandem, Ferguson and Gallinari. Mike Muscala out there with Nerlens Noel. And it's Schroeder in at the point. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Kicks it to Noel. Pass to Ferguson. Gallinari surveying the D. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And for Coach Billy Donovan of the Thunder, a lot on the line. In his last year of a 5-year contract with the team, the end result of this team will determine his future with the franchise.
Well, this team has never missed the playoffs under his watch, and the interesting thing with the massive trades that happened in the offseason, how much Billy Donovan gets the opportunity now to teach and coach this group of players.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Williams has checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. Here's Schroeder. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And Schroeder, just one of those guys with his speed, extremely difficult to guard. He gets the screen, uses the quickness, advantage, Dennis Schroeder.
Now, here's Zubats. Green, no luck.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Passes it to Muscala. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Down low. 11 feet away. And it's Noel missing. Clippers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Here's Shamet. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And a huge piece of the Tobias Harris trade last year, Brent, Landry Shamet shows a lot of promise.
Yeah, interesting for Lambo, as they call him, at age 22 out of Wichita State, to come into the league, show his ability to shoot from the three-point line, shot 40% from deep while taking over 4 a game last year, seemed very comfortable in seeking out the line. And the opportunity for him now with the star power around him, a lot more is going to open up for Landry Shamet to be a third or fourth guy on the offensive end to make some major contributions.
Sometimes when a shooter misses a wide open shot, Brent, you hear, oh, he had too much time. I mean, is that really a thing?
I mean, in life, do we really have too? You never have too much time.
Never have too much time.
You can never have too much time.
I think about Marc Gasol, like in the finals and the playoffs last year. He would sit there and no one would even be around him.
And he's tiptoeing like, do I shoot? Do I shoot? I think it messes with you just in terms of the psychological part about like, why isn't anybody guarding me here? Well, if you're a bad shooter, there's a really good reason why they're not guarding you.
Here's Williams, following the score by Oklahoma City. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. The shot's good from Paul. It's all knotted up.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Shamet kicks to Harrell. On the wing, Williams. Back to Harrell. Shamet finds Williams. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Right now, no shaking Sweet Lou. When he's close to the basket, he's good at looking off the defense.
Here's Paul. Again, the Thunder score.
Hey, keep firing, CP.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Now Shamet. 6 points for him. Green passes to Williams. 1:58 left to play here in the second quarter. Rebound by Muscala.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now here's Paul. Robertson the pass to Paul. From outside the arc, the basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Tremendous amount of excitement around the Clippers right now, and why not? 2 elite players that can play both sides of the floor. They were already talented and scrappy. You just wonder if this group, with some of the additions and subtractions, can come together in the same way that last year's group showed the type of cohesion that a team that wants to perform at elite levels needs to do.
Checked in for Green. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Gallinari, he's checked in for Muscala. 1:21 left in the first half. Good. And Brent, over the last few years, the Clippers have had to replace true stars.
Pretty amazing with Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin not being in Clipper uniforms, how the organization has turned it around in such a short span to have the opportunity that it has in front of them now to go further than what those 3 guys provided for so many years in Los Angeles.
Clippers trailed by 3. Williams dishes to Harrell. Pass to Shamet. And stolen by Robertson. It's 2-on-1. Sinks that one from the post. Robertson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Shamet finds Harrell. Second chance shot. He can't get that one. Adams, some nice D. Thunder shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Paul outside. Shot clock at 6. From deep. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thunder lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys shot a great percentage in the first half, but still a tight game. What do you think's causing that?
I think right now we're playing at their tempo. You know, we need to pick up the pace. Defend, rebound, run, and pick up the pace a little bit.
And defense starts that pace. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter largely belonged to them as they took charge of the game and jumped out to a 5-point lead at the break. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. It was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Their shooting rhythm was off, under 40%. Some of that was shot selection, some of it was the defense stepping up. My guess is we'll see some significant changes as things get going in the second half. Increasing off-the-ball activity, making the extra pass, and trying to get better looks.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Chris Paul, what a contribution.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for the Clippers right now, the two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And Harrell's in at the 5 spot.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Well, Adams has his struggles at the free throw line, but he's making strides in that area and still has work to do.
The Thunder leading by 6. Here's Paul. There's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to Gallinari. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And the Thunder lead by 8.
And he's really mastered the catch and shoot as defenses try to close out. Hard to guard.
Outside, George. Over in the corner, Williams. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams can't get it to go. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the dunk by Robertson.
Well, the reach of Robertson, a big help on that alley-oop.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Adams, the pass to Gallinari. Count that one. Gallinari's got the lead up to 12 now for Oklahoma City.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Beverly dishes to Williams. To halt the run, the rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, if they got a favorite play, Kevin, it might be time to break it out. 0 of 4 to start it.
Now, here is Gallinari. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And it's George finishing it off.
And the claw at work. Just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Been interesting to see the rebirth of the Clippers, or actually maybe the actual birth of the Clippers, having Kawhi Leonard join this team along with Paul George, convincing him to come to town and to start maybe something special. And it's pretty immediate, the impact that these two are going to make on the floor, especially on the defensive end.
So, for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Montrezl Harrell. And it's Green in for Williams. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Robertson. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. Leonard against Gallinari. 17-foot shot on the way. Leonard, no luck. And Kawhi, with all the strings he pulled to get here, Brent, he's already a Clippers legend.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to say that, but a 3-time All-NBA performer. Remember, 2011-12 was on the All-Rookie team, a 2-time Finals MVP. Kawhi Leonard's resume is just absolutely astounding for a player who's still growing, and for the fact that him at 28 years old joining the Clippers along with Paul George. A lot of high expectations for the franchise now.
Now here's Schroeder. And the layup's good off the glass. Schroeder's got 6.
Whenever Schroeder sees a hole in the defense, he is ferocious in how he exploits it.
Gallinari against Beverly. And the rejection by Noel.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Pass to Gallinari. Schroeder finds Noel. Four on the shot clock. Ferguson for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dishes to Beverly. Back to Leonard. And the shot is long.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Now, here is Gallinari. 6 points for him. Passes it to Ferguson. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Green. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And Beverly kicks to George. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Andre Robertson comes in for Gallinari. Now, here's Zubats. To the paint, here's George. And George with the stuff.
Sweet finish from Paul George there. I like to see him get up to the rim like that.
Bounce pass, Schroeder. Here's Adams. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Now here's Schroeder. Pulls it up. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Thunder up by 8. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Andre Robertson out there with Noel. Then it's Chris Paul. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Adams in at the 5 down low. Right wing. Puts it up from 17. The shot is good off the backboard.
Well, he's capable of making you pay there, Gilgeous-Alexander, in a nice rhythm.
Now, here's Shamet. Not a lot of room. Feeds it to Harrell. And he converts the layup. Harrell's got his first points in this one.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Leonard. Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Great D that time from Leonard. Shamet, that's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The Thunder leading by 4. All up top, he's covered by Leonard. Paul kicks to Noel. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it.
And that is one of Steven Adams' specialties. If you fail to put a body on him, he'll put you in the rim.
George looking over the floor. It's not going to go for him. And the Thunder going the other way now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. On the wing, Robertson. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Paul dishes to Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Shamet. High, arcing shot.
Hey, yo, right here, baby.
Outside Leonard. Poked away.
Who got CP?
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And it's Paul missing. And it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles. 6-point game. Shamet finds Harrell. Count it, and the foul. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Harrell did everything he could there to try to get the and one opportunity. Let's see if he can knock down some free throws.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Gallinari, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Shooting one.
The compliment that Harrell gets often is the fact that he's just so tireless a worker, and that energy is something that both coaching staffs and teammates appreciate.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Six to shoot. Count the basket and the foul. That one on George.
Big time shot from Gallinari. This is why he's one of the leaders of the team.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
His versatility, at least for Gallinari, is something that's so important for coaches to utilize. He's capable of stretching the floor the way he shoots it.
Now here's Leonard. And Adams sends it back. Now here is Gallinari. He's guarded closely. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 6. Beverly feeling it out a bit. He kicks it to Harrell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Steven Adams picks one up.
Well, just hard to keep up with Montrezl Harrell and that impressive energy he brings.
Montrezl Harrell at the line for 2.
Two.
He gets the first, that brings them within 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Now the team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Paul surveying the floor. Gallinari on the wing. To the inside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rejection by Harrell. Leonard the pass to George. Shamet, that falls. Nice feed that time from George. Shamet's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul. Looking to get back on track here, and the layup is up and in. And the Thunder lead by 5.
Gilgeous-Alexander gonna celebrate that one.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Steven Adams.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Kevin, he's trying to keep him focused.
Now here's Paul. Shoots over Leonard. Paul's shot is off. The Clippers grab the miss.
He'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it. Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
46 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Well, we can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Paul against Beverly. Paul finds Robertson. Over Harrell. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And the Clippers call time here. And it's the Clippers with the ball. They trail by 3. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
You had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And that's an intentional foul.
Kawhi Leonard. That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Thunder, Chris Paul taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
Now, this is an area where Chris Paul has been solid every year, always right around 90% from the charity stripe.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Beverly for 3. No good from 3-point territory. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Patrick Beverly. That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Oklahoma City, Andre Roberson. At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And a power forward in college. Robertson's been working on increasing his shooting range ever since he entered the league.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Danilo, transition, big for your team. I assume that was a big focus tonight.
Yes, we want to run, and that's what we have to do every time. So that's what we did, and we played a great game.
Gallo, thanks very much. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.